Three, two, one.
Good Tuesday evening, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the different types of supply water lines that I'm going to be using in this house. First up, we're going to be talking about soldering copper. When you're soldering copper, there's two types of gas you can use. The yellow one's the MAP gas, the blue tank's the propane. MAP gas burns hotter, and if you need to know anything else, just Google it. There's different ways you can light it that I just showed you. Lighter, some of them come with it, all that. Here's some different ways you can cut copper. I have these different tubing. I like these ones the best. They're nice and tight places. They come in whatever size you want to use. That's 3/4 for a 3/4 pipe. You lock it in there, twist it around, and it cuts it nice. So there's other ones too. There's the adjustable one. I have a ratcheting adjustable one. There, you see that one. That's a smaller one. That's probably for 1/4 inch or 3/8 or something of that nature. But I have a ratcheting one I couldn't find. It must be in one of my toolboxes somewhere. Some instances you might need to use a bandsaw or hacksaw or something of that nature. So I had this out, so I figured might as well show you an example of it cutting. Marked me a little line, and I didn't have it in the vise very good there, so it started pushing over. So I had to put my other hand down there and hold it. But once I did that, the thing's nice. It's a nice tool to have. So there's your cut piece. Then you got to prep the copper. You got to clean the inside, the outside. Matters where you're going to be soldering it at. You can use that brush, use this sandpaper. You just want to get all the impurities, make it look nice and clean. Kind of like that. I have this one that fits inside of my impact. It does the inside and the outside. They sell all these at Lowe's or anything, so if you're a homeowner and want to do it yourself and you feel confident in it, we're in a day and age where you can Google pretty much anything. So you want to do the same thing to your fittings here. Make sure wherever you're soldering, you have it nice and clean. So got them nice and clean now. I'm kind of just showing where you want to put heat on the bell of the fitting. I'm going to go ahead and clamp it down in this vise so I can work off it. Just dry fitting it right there. We're going to put some flux on there. Flux helps out the solder come in there. Once you heat it up, the solder kind of sucks itself up in there. But you want to get a thin layer all the way around it. You don't want too much, and you want to make sure you have enough in there. So that's a nice thin layer. Then there's different kinds of heat shields. You really don't need it on plumbing unless you're brazing in front of something that you don't want to melt. You usually use it in HVAC. There's your roll of solder. A good rule of thumb: if you're gonna have a 3/4 pipe, you'll use about 3/4 inch of solder. So 1/2 inch pipe, bend over a little 1/2 inch piece. That should tell you. I wiped off the access. I used my level there just to make sure it was flat, but you don't really need to do that here. But if you were in a real life situation, you heat the fitting up, and how you know it's getting hot, you test it a little bit, run it across there and see if it starts to melt. Then if you're up against a wall or something, you can heat up that forward side where it heats up the back and it sucks up in there. I'm no pro at this, but I can definitely solder a copper line where it won't leak. So that's kind of what it should look like when you're done. Won't be doing much soldering on this job because I have the Pro Press, and here it is, the Pro Press. It speeds things up. It cuts down on labor. The fittings are a little more expensive, but you probably save for it in the labor that you're saving. There's all the fittings. They can range from, I don't know, anywhere from probably $10 to $20, $25 per fitting. These are Viga. They have a little rubber seal on the inside, and what they do is they crimp. So those are two choices right there. I mean, this tool, they get expensive, anywhere $2,500, $3,500. This is the M18. They make a smaller one. This was the bigger one. You seen when I opened the case, it does everywhere from 1/2 inch up to 2 inch for bigger jobs like boilers and stuff. There's a piece of copper with a T that I had some stuff already crimped onto. The manufacturer, they want you to dry fit it and mark it so you make sure you're all the way on when you do go to press it. So if you're using this ever, the normal homeowner probably won't have one of these around, but you can check any of your plumbing or HVAC companies, they'll be using these. I think that was a T off of a water heater or something, because that's a 3/4 by 3/4, well, by 3/4, and it goes down to your expansion tank. Next, we're going to move on to PEX. So there's two different types of PEX, PexA and PexB. I'm going to be using PexA in this house, but I think I'll show you PexB here first. So there's different ways you can cut it. I use them shears there. Then this thing, deburrs it. You want a nice smooth connection. There's two types of fittings here. I don't use them ones. I use them black ones because I have the tool for them. They smash on there with the crimper deal. So you just put it around your PexA. I didn't have a PexA, or this is all PexB. I didn't have a PexB 90 or a fitting or anything, so I put that A in there, which it's smaller, so it's not going to tight. But you just put it around there, crimp it down. So, like I said, that one's not fitting in there. That was just to show you. But it's a good tool to have because a lot of people have PexB in their houses. But this is PexA. You got to have this special tool. That's the expansion sleeve. You'll slide this sleeve on first. Just like that. It has a stopper on one end. You put this tool in there. Then you let her rip. And then it just spreads her open. So you turn it 90 degrees as you're getting it to spread open. Then you get it all the way. Then you're going to go ahead and put your PexA fitting. And it's always going to try to get back to its original state. So it's always just going to be like a rubber band trying to go back. So after you expand it, you put your fitting. There's those little stoppers that hold it into place. You hold it there for a minute. Then it'll start getting tight. And like I said, it's always trying to get back to itself. So this is pretty much what I'm using in this whole house is PexA and these fittings. I have copper coming in, but all this PEX is going to run in the walls and everything. There's a T that I had. That's a 3/4 by 3/4 by a half that I was using. The half came up to one of the fixtures, but I had to cut it out. So if you're a homeowner trying to replace a leaky spot in one of your lines, this is probably what you're going to use from Lowe's. Don't try to steal them. Them things are in the bags. But this is a push fitting. It goes on the outside of that white, then on the inside of that tan. And you just put it on there and you push. And it ain't coming off. Then you can reuse these too. They sell this little orange tool. And you can use this for more than PEX. You can use it for PEX, copper, CPVC. There's another one or two on there too. But yeah, if you want to reuse them, this is like a $5 little tool. You just push that in and you can reuse them, pull it off. I also have this little more expensive tool. It's like $15, but it's easier. It goes around the bell of it, then it pushes in. You'll see how I do it here in a second. Pushing it on, ain't coming off. So if I want to reuse it sometime, I get it on there like that, then I squeeze it and it pulls it off. Pretty good one to have. $5, $15. So works on copper too. But same thing though, when you cut it, you want to deburr, you want to clean it up. Everything's about the prep. So make sure your pipe's clean before you put it on there. Any old solder or just any burrs, anything that might make it not seal properly, you want to clean it up. I'm going to save that fitting, but well, that's the end of the video. I didn't go too much in depth, but that's what I'm going to be using down here in this house. Got it all spread out here. I had to clean it all up, put it away. These videos, they take away from my day of getting anything done. There's some lube you're supposed to put on there too for that PexA tool, that expanding tool. But if you guys got any questions or anything, leave them in the comments. Appreciate watching the videos. Let me know how you like the videos. If there's something special you want me to do. Alright, I'll see you guys later.